Hello, welcome to Dr. Boysen Reality Check. Today we'll be discussing another section of new product development cycle or development process. And this section talks about market testing. In the previous section, we talked about prototyping or prototype testing. Now, during this stage of market testing, the whole idea is to test market some few limited number of products to some trading areas of the market for acceptance of the product. And we do that along with the marketing mix. So we have primarily 7 marketing mix. For a product, we normally use the 4 and the 3 for additional 3 for a service if you're talking about the service. So we have the product price, place, we have promotion, and then we have the other extra 3 for a service where we talk about people, process, and physical evidence. So we need to, at this stage, test this product with the 4 marketing mix, whether the product, if we use the first P product, whether the product, the physical good is okay, is fit for purpose, whether the packaging is okay, the color is okay, the design itself is fit for purpose. And these are the feedbacks, the limited areas that we'll be testing, doing the test marketing will be giving us the feedback. Of course, the customers and then the kind of people who meet, who might not be our customers, but we have chosen a segment of the market and we want the acceptance and the buy-in. And whatever feedback we get, we go back and use it to refine the concept and then make certain amendments and then move forward. For a service, it might be possible that you want to render the service at a certain point. Of course, you might not have multiple outlets, so you might want to go to those areas and a specific delivery point to test the service. So in testing the service, you look at the ambience of the place. We are talking about physical evidence. Okay, the ambience or the serenity of the place. And then in terms of process, we are talking about how the processes that the service goes through before it is delivered. How is the process designed? Is it full of queues, or the lead time for the service is very short? Or if it is long, then there's a need to do some sort of refinement. And these feedbacks will come from the customers, and they will tell us that the process is too complex, or you need to make it a little bit what it is. And then the people who are offering the service or rendering the service to them, how are the people receptive? Are they empathetic? Are they well dressed? Because they are the frontliners of the organization. And it's important that these people are very receptive, and then they are empathetic, and then they are also reliable in terms of delivering the service. So we are saying here that the new service must therefore be offered to employees of the organization, their families, for a time to assess their responses to variations in the marketing mix. So when we use the marketing mix, just as I've explained, they want to see the variation in it. What would they say about the place that the service is rendered? That's the physical evidence. What would they say about the process? And what would they say about the people rendering the service? Alternatively, the organization must also decide to test the variation in pricing and customers with hypothetical mix and getting their responses in terms of intention to try the service under varying circumstances. So also, the organization might create some sort of, hypothesis, hypothetical cases, because you might not be able to run all the scenarios. So they can create some and try to see the responses that they will get from customers. And all these things are done to make sure that during the market testing, these 7 Ps are tested along with it, so that we see whether the customers accept the service or they accept the product. And at this stage also, any feedback we get, since we have not gone on mass commercialization, it is possible that at this stage we need to go back and then do some corrections and then fix these things very well before we come back and conduct another market testing for acceptance by the general public. Thank you for your time and see you in the next lecture. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That is Dr. Boyson's Reality Check, and do click on the notification so that we can send you videos as and when we load on YouTube. Thank you and see you in the next lecture.